A new fairy tale. Once upon a time, in a kingdom where the skies glowed with stars even in the daytime and the rivers sang as they flowed, there was a young girl named Lila. She lived in a humble village at the edge of the enchanted Twilight Forest. The forest was said to be full of wonders: talking animals, trees that whispered secrets, and mysterious creatures that guarded forgotten magic. But it was also feared, for those who wandered too deep sometimes never returned. Lila had always felt drawn to the forest, but her grandmother, who had raised her, warned her to stay away. "The forest is as wild as it is beautiful," her grandmother would say. "It gives, but it also takes." One evening, as the sun dipped behind the mountains and the stars began to shimmer in the sky, a soft melody drifted on the breeze. It was hauntingly beautiful, unlike anything Lila had heard before. Curiosity tugged at her, and despite her grandmother's warnings, Lila followed the sound into the forest. The deeper she went, the brighter the forest seemed to become. The trees, illuminated by a faint silvery glow, parted as if to guide her. Finally, she reached a glade where a small pond lay still as glass, reflecting the moonlight. At the edge of the pond sat a figure, a young woman with flowing silver hair and eyes that glowed like stars. "Who are you?" Lila asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The woman smiled softly. "I am Era, the keeper of lost magic." Lila felt a strange warmth in her chest. "Why have you brought me here?" Era stood and approached her. "Because you carry within you a gift, Lila. A gift that has been sleeping for too long. The forest sensed it, and so did I. You are destined to bring balance to this land. But first, you must find the lost magic of your ancestors." Lila's heart pounded. She had always felt different, but she never imagined she was special. "But how? I'm just a village girl." Era reached out and touched Lila's forehead. In that instant, visions flooded Lila's mind. Images of ancient queens and kings, wielding powerful magic, shaping the land with their will. "You are descended from the first dreamers, those who shaped the world with their imaginations. But over time, their magic was forgotten, scattered throughout the realms. You must find the pieces and restore what was lost." Suddenly, a dark shadow swept across the glade, and the air grew cold. From the shadows emerged a tall, cloaked figure, his face hidden beneath a hood. His voice was like ice. "The girl cannot be allowed to awaken the old magic. It belongs to the dark realm now." Era stood protectively in front of Lila. "You have no claim to it, Morath," she said, her voice steady. "The magic belongs to the dreamers, and it will be restored." But Morath laughed, his voice echoing ominously through the trees. "Then she will have to face the trials of the forest, and none have survived them." With a wave of his hand, the trees around them twisted and darkened, their once friendly whispers now turning into harsh, cold winds. Era's glow dimmed as the magic of the forest began to turn against them. "Go, Lila!" Era cried. "Find the heart of the forest. It's the only way to stop him." Terrified but determined, Lila raced deeper into the woods. The forest, now twisted by Morath's power, seemed to come alive with dangerous traps and creatures. Thorny vines lashed at her legs, and strange shadows darted at the edges of her vision. Yet, as she ran, a faint memory surfaced, a lullaby her grandmother used to sing. The words of the song spoke of a hidden place, where the heart of the forest pulsed with the ancient magic of the dreamers. With the lullaby as her guide, Lila followed her instincts, weaving through the darkened woods until she reached an ancient stone circle deep in the heart of the forest. In the center of the circle was a tree unlike any other. Its bark shimmered with gold, and its leaves glowed softly. This was the heart of the forest. Lila approached, but Morath appeared once more, his dark presence looming. "Do you think you can stop me, child?" he sneered. "The forest is mine now." Summoning her courage, Lila stepped forward and placed her hand on the glowing tree. Instantly, a surge of warmth and light flowed through her, filling her with the strength of her ancestors. "This forest belongs to no one," she said, her voice strong. "It is part of the balance of the world." With that, the heart of the forest pulsed brightly, sending waves of magic through the trees, purging the darkness that Morath had spread. The vines receded, the shadows vanished, and Morath himself was thrown back by the force of the magic. Era appeared beside Lila, her smile radiant. "You have awakened the magic, Lila. The forest is whole again, and so are you." Morath, weakened and defeated, fled into the shadows, vowing revenge. But Lila knew he would not return anytime soon. The forest had its protector now. From that day on, Lila became the guardian of the Twilight Forest, a symbol of the old magic and the balance between light and dark. The villagers told stories of her bravery, and though many feared the forest, they knew that with Lila there, they were always safe. And so the forest flourished, and Lila's legend grew, a new fairy tale for the ages, one of courage, destiny, and the magic that lived within us all. The end.